Tom Brady hasn't been shying away from social media since joining the Bucs. Brady tweeted a picture of himself attempting to high-five an official during the Bucs' win over the Saints for National High Five Day, and then he replied to another tweet about the QB being drafted 21 years ago by saying, quote, "Big day. My NFL career can legally buy a beer." So, Shannon, what's gotten into Tom Brady?
Skip, I believe with all these tweets, this is really who Tom Brady is in and of himself. I think he suppressed that for the longest period of time because he knew this was going to be looked down upon, frowned upon when he was in New England. But Tom Brady has a dry sense of humor. He's the guy that's always trying to tell jokes.
Go ahead and say it. It's corny.
It's corny. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought he was from the Midwest with all them corny jokes he be telling.
Yep.
But Skip, he's a guy that's going to tell the jokes, even though they're not funny. That's just who he is. And a lot of stuff that he posts, Skip, you're like, come on, Tom, you can do better than this. But this is who he is. We just never got a chance to see it because it was frowned upon from Coach Belichick. And so he's like, you know what? I'll fit in. I'll do whatever you say you should do. But now you're starting to see the real Tom.
Okay. So obviously he has hired a full-time social media poster. So you're going to get a daily dose of corny Tommy, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
But to me, every social post reeks of saying, take that, Coach Belichick. Because for 20 years, he was under the iron-fisted rule of Bill Belichick. And Belichick, in his view, got way too much credit for what happened. So now he is rubbing it in. He is flaunting it.
What he should have done, Skip, is had a picture of him high-fiving and then have Coach Belichick. That's what he should have done. High-five, go Belichick, National High-Five Day.
Like he wouldn't.
Yeah, like
Identifying the Rams All-Pro as one of the attackers. Rams Chief Operating Officer Kevin Demoff said, quote, "I think one of the things, it's always good to let situations play out. That's true in a particular time like this when it appears to vindicate the players." So, Shannon, how do you feel now after you've heard the truth about what happened?
I was happy to hear Aaron Donald was not involved. He was that of a peacemaker. And, Skip, I talked about this on Friday.
Yeah.
I said a lot of times, Aaron Donald is Aaron Donald. He has the most recognizable name. He has the most recognizable face. And in a situation like this, you get knocked out. What's the man? I was fighting Aaron Donald. No, you weren't. You just remember Aaron Donald was there. And, you get a lot of reports that's coming out that they got, put out of the, something happened. I guess he spilled a drink or he elbowed, bumped into AD. And they went outside and he was waiting on him, wanting to, why? So I'm glad Aaron Donald is vindicated. He gets to keep his name. He gets to keep his reputation. That remains intact because, Aaron Donald is a defensive lineman. 6 foot, 6.5, 280 pounds. Why you want to go in the street and fight somebody? Why would he knows that it's going to cost him more? That's a lawsuit. And so for me, Skip, and I know how you feel about athletes going out, but once you become a prominent figure, you're always a target. Grocery store, you have an accident with somebody.
Yep.
You might bump, it happened to me, Skip, I was in Denver, driving along the street, bumped the guy. I did $200 worth of damage. What I did, he had his license plate encased in a frame. Yep. I broke the frame. The tow truck driver sitting there at the 7-Eleven. He see me, pulls up, asked me, is everything okay? The driver said, yeah, I'm fine, no problem. And he looked back, he's like, Shannon, what are you doing this time of morning? The guy looked at me like, Shannon, yeah, that's Shannon Sharp playing for the Denver Broncos. Skip. The guy grabs his neck, hand behind his neck, fall to his knees. In the middle of the road. I said, man, don't do this. Sued me. End up getting nothing, talking about, well, I'll tell you what I do. I'll settle for 3 jerseys and a helmet. I said, kick rocks.
Really?
Yeah, I told him.
You didn't even give him a jersey?
I wouldn't give him because he lied.
Okay.
But I'm glad Aaron Donald is free and clear of this. And this is just goes to show. A lot of times, sometimes you need eyewitness. This time the cameras didn't lie.
That poor man's neck.
Yeah, no, man. It wasn't this game. I did $200 worth of damage.
All right, back to Aaron Donald. I echo everything you just said. We repeatedly said alleged.
Correct.
We just didn't know. But I stand by what I've said for God knows how many years on television, that nothing ever good happens to a professional athlete after midnight in any kind of bar, even bar, restaurant, club, or strip club. this was the boom boom room, but now they're saying, Aaron's
You know about the
attorney
boom boom room.
is saying it was upstairs in sort of a private room that serves as an apartment above the establishment. But it's supposed to be even a private party within the party. And how did this gentleman get in there? Because it did start, even Aaron's attorney said, it started this way with the guy digging, hitting Aaron in the back, with digging his elbow into his back, and that Aaron thought it was a friend of his and kind of like laughed it off for a second and then looked and said,
Bro, you don't know me like that.
do I know you? And the guy was saying, did I mean to? Did I mean to? According to Aaron's attorney. And the attorney is quoted as saying it was apparent to Aaron and apparent to all witnesses that this gentleman was intoxicated.
Right.
Well, is that a shock? Seems like everybody's intoxicated at that point, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
If they're still there, they probably had a drink or two or three or four, right? Could drugs have been involved with other people? Aren't sure they could be. Is it possible some are packing, some got a knife? Sure it is. And I've always said when you involve any kind of intoxicant, women, testosterone, late hours, everybody's not in their right mind, you know what can happen.
Right.
You look sideways at the wrong woman and here it goes.
Right.
I just don't like it for Aaron's sake to even put himself in what became a very dangerous situation.
Skip, sometimes it's unavoidable. Skip, I've been at the movies, Skip, and people be, Skip, during the previews, you just talk, okay?
Yeah.
Once the previews and it goes dark, okay, it's time to cease conversation. Dude just kept talking. I said, my man, the movie started. Keep it down.
I've been there.
And Skip, he just kept talking. So I went, you know me, I pulled a Walter Johnson on him. I went and got management, asked them to keep it down. They wouldn't keep it down. So, I got my girlfriend at the time. We left. Skip, we leaving. He come barging out. Oh, you the only one in the movie? What, nobody else had a problem with it? I was like, but bro, I said, bro, you don't want these kind of problems. I said, these problems give you a headache, cause nausea, extreme pain. I got myself, give me my refund. Hey, got me 2 things of popcorn and I dipped. But see, Skip, I was at the right place, trying to do the right thing. He looking for a problem. See, Skip, you can't, once people know who you are, people try you for no reason. Man, I just want to watch the movie without you talking the whole while.
But you got a much better shot at the movies than at the club.
Yeah, but
you
You do, Skip, but I'm just saying, once you become a prominent figure, you just have to, tread a lot more cautiously.
You do.
Because people, they looking at, and I ain't about that life.
All I know is that Aaron is, what is he now, 3-time defensive player of the year, and he's in the midst of a 6-year, $135 million.
He underpaid.
Okay.
They need to tear his contract up again. He need to be the first $200 million man.
You could
for a defensive
certainly
player.
argue that. You can't risk that by going here and doing this. It's just too dangerous.
And he helped the man. The boy,
That's what they said.
he was about to get that thing shown up put on him.
Well,
He's like, come on, man.
He got it put on him pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, he lumped up.
Yes, he is.
That thing said, Skip, that eye closed for the next 2 weeks. Patch over I say closed for the weekend.
Okay, but remember, Aaron was in the midst of that. So he's in the midst of 6 years, $135 million. He was also at maybe 4 o'clock in the morning in the midst of some fracas outside the boom boom room.
I mean,
he was.
He could have came to Club Shay Shay. We don't have that kind of
You
stuff.
don't have any
No,
of
at
that.
Club Shay Shay, that man right.
Because you are the bouncer.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Shay is
it's
Yeah.
invite only.
Right.
You can't, how you come to the club drunk?
Yep.
Where they do that at?
I don't know. I think they do it everywhere.
You can Skip, I can't let you come to the club drunk.
Okay.
I mean, you might have a few once you get there.
You're the bouncer at the door saying yes, no.
Yeah,
yes,
no, you can't come in
Right
here.
only.
Because I already know you about to start some trouble.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not every club is Shay Shay.
Yeah, you're right. You right.
It's a special elite group, Club Shay Shay. Okay,
Yep.
just imagining you at the door. Great visual. Great visual. Steph Curry named the 4 toughest defenders that he has faced, and this one may get Shannon just a little bit fired up. I am excited to talk about this.